On this vote, the yeas are 215, the nays are 214, with one answering present. The bill is passed.
Yay!
Yeah, it is. USA. Yeah, it's pretty wild how it can pass with just one vote, right? Like, that was close.
Right? Oh, yeah.
And I believe it was 2 Republicans actually voted nay, and no Democrats voted yay. So.
Wait, I didn't do the research for Susan Murkowski and
I don't know who they were, but probably
leave it in the comments. Yeah,
maybe Mitch McConnell. I don't know. He's a
could
toss
be
up
a piece of work. Yeah, I remember we had Kamala in there. It was the tiebreaker before, right? She was the one that was.
Oh yeah, and she voted to not do it.
Yeah,
with the tax on tips thing. Anyways.
What? Oh yeah, what? Originally I was like, she's not in there now.
No. Originally,
yeah.
When those clips were resurfacing of her, because she was like, no tax on tips, and when she had the opportunity to put that through, she didn't. Remember, there was that video of her that resurfaced.
Or was that was, wow. It's like, hold on, but now
crazy.
No tax on tips, right?
Yeah,
so much stuff to keep track of these days, right?
So now we just have to get it passed in the Senate. So call your senators, tell them how much you want it, because this is going to be no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, tax deductions for American-made vehicles, which is great. Some tax deductions in there for seniors. What else? Modern air traffic control, because all of the problems that have been happening with all of that.
Isn't there an instant $5,000 tax break for households making under 100K?
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah, and then pay raises for ICE and Border Patrol, because we all know they're out there working hard, which is fantastic. And then $25 billion for the Golden Dome that was just announced. So that's going to be good for protection and defense
dome.
Here.
It's a great dome, beautiful. It's going to be golden.
Yes, and there's even the Trump savings account for newborns.
Yes.
So hopefully this goes through all the way and it'll be perfect time to have babies.
Save, baby, save. That's
yes.
right there, yeah.
Exactly. So that's awesome.
It's a big, beautiful spending bill.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to add to the deficit. It's going to add to the deficit.
But didn't we just have a monthly surplus?
We did. The highest of all time.
Ooh.
Or was it the second highest? Maybe it was the second highest, but still. What?
We don't want to oversell it, right?
Oh, yeah, second. So U.S. Treasury just shocked Americans with a $258 billion with a B surplus. It's the second biggest monthly surplus in history.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that was actually put out by Yahoo Finance. So even mainstream sources are having to admit it. Yeah. And so if we keep on that track, then we'll have more than enough funds, right?
That's right. They only report it if they have to, because they're going to try to bury that and try to hide that. I want to see how they're going to try to spin it. We'll see how these next moves are going to work out for America, which they're going to work out great. And we're going to see how they're going to try to spin it, because right now it looks like they've got nothing. The Democrats have nothing at all. They are running completely on empty.
Well, they still got their hate.
Well, they got hate. And the hate is strong with them. But we're going to see how they're going to spin it, guys, because we are winning. Everything is winning in the courts.
Not tired of it yet, though.
I'm not tired yet. Not tired yet.
Still waiting for that promise by Trump.
I want that one to come to him. Like, you know what? I am tired of winning. Let's pretend like
stop. Too much winning.
Again, you come through again.
I've seen quite a few liberals online complaining about the $25 billion for the Golden Dome. And it's just so ironic, because those are the same people that were perfectly fine with sending hundreds of billions to Ukraine to protect their country, but then complain about $25 billion to protect our country.
What?
Very
Does
interesting.
That make sense? Yeah.
Makes zero sense.
I don't mind spending $200 billion to go bomb and destroy other countries without a chance of actually winning, but not 25 to protect and save our country.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? It's a little weird, don't you think?
I think it's weird. Yeah, definitely. So, go ahead.
If you guys are still with us, we appreciate and love you guys. All the support that you give us, we so genuinely appreciate it, you guys. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
And we are Speak Truth America, and I am Des.
And I'm Serene.
It's a show where we are pro-God,
pro-freedom, and pro-truth. We're just a couple of hippie patriots bringing you what the TV can't televise.
That's right. And we can't forget producer Brian back there crushing it as usual.
Ow, ow.
Crane of Truth. Welcome to episode
24. Wow, I can't believe it's been 24 already.
That's right. And if you guys didn't check out our last video, the music video, our Diddy video, Brian crushed it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely crushed it. Please go back and check out that last one, and please share it. Please show somebody, like, comment, share on that one, because we worked hard on that, and Brian
hours,
extra hard on it, and he put extra time in it, and he just smoked it. So
yeah,
if you haven't checked it out, check it out, and please share it.
Yeah, because the Diddy trial started, and so it's not being that much talked about, which I wish it were.
I mean,
but what?
And it's a little interesting because I know people are like, "Where's that Epstein list? Let's get some names going on that." And yeah, fair enough. We all want that too. But isn't it kind of interesting how we're in the middle of this Diddy trial and we haven't got any names?
Right?
Like they're in trial and we still don't have any kind of list there.
We don't even know what's going on because no one's allowed to record anything in there.
Trial, yeah. I mean, some things are popping out, but yeah, I mean.
But yeah, we put out that video because that's happening now, and it's reckoning time.
That's right.
Reference to the video. Go watch it so you can understand.
Reckoning time. Best thing Diddy ever did.
Right.
Ever Diddy. So yeah, moving right along. What else we got going on here?
Because there's 25 billion being given in the spending bill, or the tax bill, I would like to see Trump talking a little bit about the Golden Dome. Let's roll it.
The big, beautiful Golden Dome.
I'm pleased to announce that we have officially selected an architecture for this state-of-the-art system that will deploy next-generation technologies across the land, sea, and space, including space-based sensors and interceptors. And Canada has called us, and they want to be a part of it. So we'll be talking to them. They want to have protection also. So as usual, we help Canada do the best we can. This design for the Golden Dome will integrate with our existing defense capabilities and should be fully operational before the end of my term. So we'll have it done in about 3 years.
Nice.
Once fully constructed, the Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles, even if they are launched from other sides of the world, and even if they are launched from space. And we will have the best system ever built. As you know, we helped Israel with theirs, and it was very successful. And now we have technology that's even far advanced from that. But including hypersonic missiles, ballistic missiles, and advanced cruise missiles, all of them will be knocked out of the air. We will truly be completing the job that President Reagan started 40 years ago, forever ending the missile threat to the American homeland, and the success rate is very close to 100%, which is incredible when you think of it. You're shooting bullets out of the air. I'm also pleased to report that the one big, beautiful bill will include $25 billion for the Golden Dome to help construction get underway. That's the initial sort of a down deposit. And we have probably, you're talking about, General, we're talking about $175 billion total cost of this when it's completed.
Nice. Woo. Well, that's pretty awesome.
Well, that's what Doge has already saved for the American people already. So
right.
$77 billion or so. Probably more than that by now.
Right.
But it's all coming together. Looks like it's all happening.
Yeah, and it's nice that we're actually taking our country into consideration these days rather than just the protection of every other country.
Right. I know, right? You think we would have had this already, like a long time ago.
Right. Especially when there's countries out there like chanting death to America and all of that. Like you would think that we would have already had something like this in place.
Yeah. I mean, you got Russia tried to put ICBMs in the Bay of Pigs, right? Back on Cuba. You think they would have started then to say, hey, if we don't want them having, an ability to launch things at us, then why wouldn't we have something more proactive to actually stop it if they did?
Right. And we're America. We should be on the tip of the spear for all of this kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, Israel has the Iron Dome, so why wouldn't we already have something?
And also, like, why wouldn't the military-industrial complex be championing for this? I mean, they get paid on stuff like this. Why wouldn't they have been pushing this before? But maybe that's exactly why, because it's easier to fearmonger on people when you don't have a defense.
Right.
Like, oh, you never know when somebody's going to do this and that. And it's like, so then why don't we have a defense against stuff like that?
Exactly.
I loved hearing Trump talk about, in which he might have just been, putting it out there for China, saying, we got weapons, we got things nobody's even seen before. Did you see that clip? We don't have that clip right now, but that just brought to mind about how Trump was talking about how we got some weapons. We got something that no one's even seen before. No one's going to be able to touch us with it. It's like something out of a sci-fi or something like that. I was like,
it kind of reminds me of, like, I had this, like, I don't want to say, like, vision kind of one time. I think I told you about this, where we were just, like, in the future or something. I know this is kind of like going personally and off topic, but
get in there.
But because you said that, I was just like, whoa. And we were fighting in some sort of, like, intergalactic battle or something.
That's right.
And there was these weapons. It was like an energy weapon that would just like I remember seeing it destroy trees. So it would just, like, basically shoot, like, energy at a tree, but it wasn't even a laser. It wasn't anything that you could, like, see at all. It was just, like, energy, and it would just, like, disintegrate it. Like, it wouldn't, like, catch it on fire or anything. It was just like poof, gone. Like, I'm like, whoa, what if it's something like that? That'd be wild.
Yeah, if you know anything about Skunk Works, Lockheed Martin, their division, they talked about how they have things out of Star Trek. Some things they didn't develop because it just didn't have much, practical use for it. But other things they said they have, like, I think people surmise about it being like teleportation. But things that he basically, what was the guy, Ben Richards or whatever from Skunk Works of the Special Weapons Division of Lockheed Martin talked about, they have Star Trek style, like, type of technology, like, so far advanced that people don't even know. Yeah. So, I wish we were going to go into this, because I would have said, let's pull that and another clip of some things up. But there's a lot going on out there, guys. And the world is going to change. They have aces up their sleeves they can't talk to us or show us about. Right. At a matter of strategy. So,
you can't reveal your secrets to your enemies. So, like, you can't reveal it to the public, or it will be revealed to your enemies.
Right, exactly. There's a whole strategy going on here. So just always keep that in mind, guys. We just want to help, make you guys feel hopeful for the future and know that everything's part of God's plan. Yeah. Everything's going the way it should be.
Yeah, and speaking of God, God is making a comeback into our government, into the Pentagon now. So Pete Hegseth is now hosting prayer meetings at the Pentagon.
God never left. It was us that left the party.
It's true.
So now we're coming back to God.
Exactly.
Really what's happening here.
But he's getting some backlash for it, of course.
Of course, wow.
But, this is going to really bring us to that next level as a country, because we have gotten so off track, and God's the only one that can bring us back on track. So Amen. I love that he's doing that. That paired with all the people, like, singing prayer and worship songs in the Capitol, and just, like, everything. Like, we are getting back on track. We are making this country godly again. So that's amazing.
I love that.
So let's roll the clip of Hegseth talking about this exact thing.
Yes.
It's interesting. The question is, I've gotten some criticism for hosting a Christian prayer service at the Pentagon yesterday. We said it very publicly. We said it very proudly. Appealing to heaven, to God, is a long-standing tradition in our military. I'm very proud that we're starting a monthly voluntary service at the Pentagon. George Washington was on bended knee with the troops, praying for God's providence and protection in that moment. Chaplains and ministers and Christians and people of faith across generations have prayed because of the business that we're in. I mean, the business of the 82nd Airborne, and you watch that 911 button for the country, is a dangerous one on behalf of all of us. And we appeal to God. I appeal to Jesus Christ for that protection. And we're going to speak that word and be open and willing to talk about that at the Pentagon. If they want to criticize that, they're on the wrong side of a very important issue. So thanks for coming with us today. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you.
Yeah, amen. That's just amazing to me. Like, when do you ever hear someone in a position like that talking like that?
We haven't really.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's, it's like, okay, keep your faith in your pocket. That's really not how to do it, right? That's not like if Jesus is just something that, you have in your pocket, you just have, he's just him, this novelty or this, we just on Sunday, or we just kind of talk about him as a positive person. We're not actually serving Christ. Christian is a verb, right? We have to actually be doing. We have to be talking and spreading and sharing the gospel, not as something that's a secondary topic, but the foremost focus of whatever it is that we're doing and whoever that we are. That is how we change fundamentally the world. And that's the only way we're going to have world peace.
Right.
It's not going to come from legislation. It's not going to come from winning a war other than a spiritual war of the spirit over flesh. That is the only chance that we have of saving ourselves, being saved by Jesus Christ, is us actually putting that first and foremost. And this is no coincidence that we're seeing the wins that we're seeing as we're seeing people give it to God
Right,
first.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, but wouldn't you want someone in a position like that to be in prayer and to have God in his heart if he's making decisions that are for our military and like for people that it's life or death, wouldn't you want somebody that has a clear head, who's focused on the Lord and like isn't getting their own personal agendas in the way or their own feelings or whatever, because when you pray, when you give it to God, you get yourself out of the way. And so all of your own ego and all of that gets thrown out the window, and now you're guided by God, and God is going to help bring this country to a much better place. And it's just, I would think that everyone would be like, oh, that's good. That's good that he's doing that. Be guided by something greater than yourself and not your own personal feelings and vendettas and whatever, And
he's bold and he's upfront, and that's how we need to be. Yeah. We need to be bold about our faith and upfront. It's certainly not apologetic, certainly not ashamed in any kind of way. And when we do that, and when you do that, if you're not already doing that, which I strongly encourage you, you will notice a change in your life like no other. And I just want to kind of say too that if it's not clear to everybody that the Constitution, the reason why our government is different from all other governments, is that that document recognizes that our rights don't come from that document.
All right.
Our rights come from God, or any man. That's right.
They come from God.
If ever the rights come from mankind or a piece of paper, they will be. It's just a matter of time before they will be taken away, changed, manipulated, or whatever. The only way, and that's the way it has to be, is if we have our rights recognized only from God. That's the only way that anything can ever make sense, because there's no way to overpower God. There's no way to manipulate something that comes from an authority higher than us.
Right.
So that's why we have to really push back when people be like, well, it's separation of church and state.
No, our country was founded on God and godly principles.
The whole thing only makes sense that way.
Right. It's like you're basically wanting to change our entire country and the foundation of it if you want to take God out of the equation.
That's right.
That's exactly what makes this country work.
And here's another thing too. I think that's just, I know we're going a little bit off topic here, but I think it's crazy that they say, oh, you guys are Nazis, right? We're a bunch of MAGA Nazis. How does that make sense when we're Judeo-Christian?
Right.
So
good point.
We're somehow Nazis, but the first half of our, whoops, we might have to bleep that out. We're and words different.
Not see.
We are not Nazis. We're those people. They want to say that we are those people, when the first half of our Bible is Jewish tradition, is Jewish faith, is the Pentateuch, the Hebrew Bible. It's straight from Judaism. So how could we be Nazis if the first half of our faith is based on Judaism? That doesn't make any sense. And I think a lot of people haven't put that together. So just more ammo for you guys to when people are calling you this or that, to take it out there and then use this ammo to, put the truth where it is. It needs to be first and foremost.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. If you guys like today's episode, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things. And remember that we are all here for a reason, and it is up to us to create a better, more truthful world together. So always seek the truth and always speak the truth, even if your voice shakes.
Yeah, and remember, guys, to stay powered up in the armor of God. It's only through Him, Jesus Christ, that we can do all things.
Amen. All right. See you guys next time.
I love you guys.
Much love.